CNN cannot stop their own demise, y'all. They just can't do it. They can't do it. They're helpless. So the other day, Don Lemon, he did his new morning show, which gets horrible ratings. And he wore a hoodie with a sport coat. Now, look, I'm in no position to criticize that or make fun of it, because one of the things I used to do, and you guys, for the longtime listeners of the show, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, is I would wear like a golf shirt and then put the sport coat on over it. And I used to get hammered over that. People would be like, what is this? This is the grossest thing I've ever seen. What a dumb outfit this is. And so, look, again, I'm at Glass House, glassiest glass house in the world. Okay, so it's not me criticizing, although I'm going to do exactly that. But so Stephen Colbert sees, because who else would religiously watch CNN other than Stephen Colbert, the guy who desperately lost his edge years ago. So Stephen Colbert sees this outfit that Don Lemon is wearing, and you could see the outfit right here, right? And he decides, I'm going to tell a little joke at CNN's expense. Now, my guess is the reason why Stephen Colbert does that is because, of course, the knock on him is, dude, you're just a, corporate Democrat apologist. This idea that you're an edgy truth-telling comedian and you go after everybody and there's no holds barred and no sacred cows. Nonsense. And so he probably sees, hey, this is an opening where I could attack CNN, but it's not even, there's no there. It's just like a fun pot shot because I think the outfit this guy wore is goofy. And Don Lemon and Colbert have, I guess, been on each other's shows, or at the very least, Don Lemon has been on Stephen Colbert's show. And so Don Lemon sees the segment, because of course he does. And I'm not kidding here, gets super offended and in his feelings over what Stephen Colbert said. So buckle up for this one. This is fun. Let's listen.
He stole a jacket from an extra from Guys and Dolls. Anyway, Don, you got a lot to answer for. I hope you talk about this tomorrow morning on the show. I'll be watching.
Oh, challenge.
Colbert got his wish. Do you want to respond to him?
I do. I mean, look, for a man who I wear a pink suit. I'm wearing a pink suit. It's not white, by the way. I've worn it before.
Now, to show how unbelievably fair I am, that suit looks good. This suit he's wearing right now, that looks good. I got a pink jacket that I wear from time to time, and it's like that hue of pink. So it's not from a biased perspective that people were sort of dunking on Don Lemon. Anyway, let's continue.
Okay, so look, I love Stephen Colbert. I think he's funny. Obviously, I love comedians to have a little leeway. It was interesting. I didn't expect that reaction. For me, it was sort of like a Rorschach test about wearing that outfit. And people thought, first of all, it's not a sweatshirt or whatever. It was a sweater that had a hood on it. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know if I want to get into it because I was actually really surprised by it. Look, Stephen, here's the thing that I make lots of different outfit choices, right?
Yeah.
And when I took this job, one of the things was we want you.
Again, I'm the fairest dude on planet Earth. Nice outfit, nice outfit, nice outfit, nice outfit, nice outfit, nice outfit. Maybe you could have, maybe if you want to get really critical and scrutinized, you could say, if I had to eliminate two of these bad boys, this one's gone and this one's gone, right? But hey, I'll even go as far as to say stylish. Now, Don Lemon, maybe you don't want me in your corner because people dunk on me for how I dress all the time. So it's not like you got the best backup in the world here, but I'm coming through and I'm letting you know, not bad. Not bad. These are not bad. Okay.
Relax and be more comfortable and sort of go with what is happening in the world right now. People aren't wearing suits as much. Lots has changed since the pandemic, right? So I just found it interesting that there was such a reaction because online I got a lot of negative reaction. But hold on. So
but that's online. You always get negative.
I got negative reaction, but I just want
to... Dude, just stop reading your Twitter mentions. Stop reading the stuff online. These people are a glutton for punishment. They're masochistic. They actively search out who's telling me I'm an idiot. Who's telling me I'm the dumbest person on the planet? Who's telling me I have the ugliest outfits ever? It's like, bro, you free your mind mentally. Don't read any of that. Don't read any of that. Make a decision, stick with it, and move forward. That's it. Look, it's hard for me to have any sympathy for somebody who, they said X, Y, and Z. Oh, I can't. Okay, but if you didn't read it, you wouldn't be crying right now. If you didn't read it, you'd be fine. On this front, believe me, ignorance is bliss from personal experience. I don't see any pot shots and meeks. I never read the reactions. You know, I'm sure I don't even watch other videos that might come after me. Like, why would you do that? You say the thing, you speak your mind, you do it as truthful as humanly possible from your core, from your heart, and then you move along. These guys can't help it. This dude's been on CNN since like 1972, and he still doesn't understand. Hey, this is only going to hurt me mentally and make me worse at my job if I keep engaging with this stuff.
Say that a lot has changed. I understand more of how you feel when women talk about when they talk about women's skirts and women's outfits and their hair and their makeup or whatever.
Women get scrutinized. Yeah,
I never get scrutinized. Like. Men never.
Come on. Oh my God, he's so hurt over this. Oh my God, this cut to his soul, dog. Oh my God.
It's scrutinized.
That's a really good point.
No, it's not.
I think that have fun with comedy. I think if Barack Obama can get criticized for a tan suit, if Volodymyr Zelensky can fight a war in a hoodie, if Trayvon Martin can start a revolution
come on.
in a hoodie,
come on.
and Don Lemon can tell the news in a hooded sweater.
I think.
Oh, come on, Don. Did he just compare Colbert making a lighthearted joke about his outfit on air to Trayvon Martin getting murked? Did you really just do that, Don Lemon? Did you really just do that? Even the other comparisons made no sense. Oh, they went after Barack Obama. They told on themselves. The reason why the outcry on the Barack Obama suit was absurd is because that suit looked good. But also, when you're talking about the political sphere, the Republicans, if you want to go after him over his tax plan, you want to go after him over his foreign policy, like that's what you actually criticize President over, to have a whole outrage cycle for a day or two over his tan suit. That shows how unserious they are. But you're not the president. You're not setting policy. So it's totally different. It's apples and oranges. And again, the tan suit looked good. Again, I'm not the biggest fashionista in the world, but I mean, Colbert's kind of right, dog. It was just okay. One of the things that annoys me about this is you can't wear something that you know is going to be like, at the very least, let's be nice and say controversial, and then be amazed when people are like, "Hey, man, I don't really like that." You can't do that. You can't do that. That's like, if I walk around, I grab a mackerel out of the water and I grab a halibut and I have them bite my nipples and I walk around with a mackerel and a halibut hanging down off my nipples. People be like, "Hey man, that's really weird. I'm not sure I like that look." What are we talking about here? If I walked around wearing a fedora, people be like, "I don't know, Kyle. Not sure I'm on board with that. You look kind of goofy in the fedora." And of course that's going to be the reaction. Of course. What are we talking about? Oh my God. This is amazing. He's seriously hurt over this. And then he brings up Vladimir Zelensky wearing a hoodie and fighting the war. Okay, but Don, I got news for you. Vladimir Zelensky did get criticism. He went to the White House. He wasn't wearing a suit. And it was even bipartisan criticism that I saw. People were like, "I don't know, dog. I don't know. Maybe just throw on a suit. At the very least, throw on a suit. You don't have to wear the tie, but maybe just spruce it up a little bit." Now, look, I get it. He is fighting a war, right? But Don Lemon is mad because he's like, "Well, they don't get criticism over it." He did get criticism over it. And by the way, he www.doesn't-care.net. He doesn't care because he's got more important things to worry about. Whereas you, Don Lemon, apparently all you care about is your feels. My feelings are, I'm a big-time CNN host. I'm supposed to do the news and be a serious person, but you criticize my dress, and now poop face. Dude, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Get over yourself. Get over yourself. It's not that serious.
John Fetterman wears a hoodie on Capitol Hill.
If John Fetterman can become a senator or Congress, a senator in a hoodie, then Don Lemon can tell the news in a hoodie.
The question is,
nobody's saying you can't do it. They're just saying you look goofy. And by the way Fetterman dresses is like the schlubbiest, I'm just a normal guy stuff of all time, which is why it's relatable. You weren't wearing the normal, relatable stuff. You were making a risk when it comes to your style, wearing a hoodie with a sport coat. Again, I don't okay, my guess is, and this is what's super damning about this. My guess is Don Lemon cared more about this topic they're talking about here than any other topic they talked about on the show that day. They could have done 6, 7 topics, and a bunch of those topics could have been serious and and substantive politically about the issues. And then he's like, okay, let's just get through the rest of the day here. But when it's about his hoodie, he's like, oh! This is bullying. You're really telling on yourself, Stephen Colbert. Which, by the way, what are the undertones here? The undertones are, because he brought up Trayvon Martin, he brought up the Barack Obama thing. The undertones are, hey, maybe you're being a little racist. Really? Do you really believe that down the line? I got news for you. If Jimmy Kimmel wore the hoodie with the sport coat, Colbert would have had the exact same opinion. You know, if you had a politician wear the hoodie with the sport coat, Stephen Colbert would have had the exact same opinion, would have poked fun at them too. It's, oh my God, it's so... I don't know how this guy's still hired by CNN. I don't know how he still has a job. I don't get it. And they just did a whole round of layoffs. And they got this guy still on air. You know, his ratings are abysmal. If his ratings were abysmal, but he was really substantive and did his job well, that'd be a different story. But he's not substantive, and he doesn't do his job well.
Would you wear it again?
Of course.
Brave.
I will wear it again. We'll
Monday.
wear some version of that. I may not wear the same thing. I don't like to repeat outfits. I do every once in a while. I wore this on purpose because we always say, you know, men can't wear pink. Women, you know.
That is, at this late date, that is totally not true. Look, when I was a kid, he's right. When I was a kid, if you were a boy and you wore pink, there'd be a little bit of people be like, what's going on over there? But certainly in today's day and age, that's not true at all. I wear pink all the time, and nobody has ever said anything about that at all. You know, that's just standard operating procedure. Now, by the way, just to show you how arbitrary a lot of these so-called rules are, there was a time back in the day, like, 1900s, but 1900s to like 1930s, where I need to be specific here. I don't know if that was the window for this, but there was a time when pink was the boy color and blue was the girl color. I don't know exactly when, but I had read an article about that a while ago. And the other thing is, back in like the 1900s or late 1800s, it was very common for young boys to be put in dresses. Like if you're a baby boy, your parents would just put you in a dress sometimes. So again, a lot of these rules are arbitrary. High heels. I don't know how many of you know this, but high heels were originally linked to masculinity. And I believe it started with Ottoman soldiers who needed the high heels to ride their horses because it like hooks in if you have the high heels. So that was viewed as, peak masculinity. And then at some point that flipped and then you got high heels are viewed as feminine. So a lot of these rules are arbitrary. But again, for him to say like, I'm brave for wearing pink. No, you're not. No, you're not. That's not brave.
We're supposed to wear certain colors. Pink is a woman's color that you're wearing. It's not. We have to get over that stuff. Men used to wear dresses and wigs. Things change. Styles change. So, Stephen.
Yeah, but okay, Don, but this is defeating your point. If you wore a wig on air, everybody would say something about it. Now, if you rep it and you're like, I don't care, this is what I do, okay, God bless. But if you get out there and get all in your feels because people criticize you over it, it's like, why? Again, you can't do that. That's not the way it works. If I came out here dressed as a police officer, people would be like, why are you dressed as a police officer? Kind of weird. And I can't be like, oh! How dare you? Just get over yourself, man. Get over yourself. This is so awkward because, he's acting like, me, bro? I don't even care, bro. That's why I'm talking about it for 4 minutes. I don't even care, bro. But clearly he cares. Like, I don't even know if I want to get into it. Yes, you do, which is why you scheduled it and put it in your show. Like, what are you talking about?
I love you. I'm glad you started this conversation, but it is like a Rorschach test.
No,
I
it's
was
not.
actually surprised at who said what about what I wore.
It is not a Rorschach test at all. If it is a Rorschach test, the Rorschach test is people who keep it real and people who don't. And the people who keep it real would think about it for maybe 2 seconds, but they'd be like, hoodie with a sport coat. Interesting. That's all. This guy's still on CNN, man. And they wonder, man, we're getting hammered in the ratings. Nobody seems to like us. Gee, I wonder why. Ever since Adpocalypse, when YouTube defunded all independent news and politics overnight, we haven't trusted them. We know they can pull the rug out from underneath us at any time. If you enjoy this content, please consider tipping $1 or $2 per month on the Secular Talk Patreon. Link in the video description box below. Thanks for your support.